This time, the chair recognizes Councilman Jones, who will present a resolution for Philadelphia Minority Business Enterprise Week. Would Iola Harper and those accompanying her please join the councilman at the podium. And joining Councilman Jones, we have Councilman Squilla, Councilman Greenlee, Councilwoman Reynolds-Brown, Councilwoman Parker, Councilman Green, and Councilwoman Blackwell. And Councilwoman Keona Sanchez and Councilman Johnson.
Are we all included? Because that's what it's about today and during Med Week, being all included. That's what America should look like, and that's what the Minority Enterprise Development Week tries to emphasize and ensure. I want to thank Iola Harper, Deputy Commerce Director, leading the Office of Economic Opportunity, Alice Dungy James and her staff for keeping the torch of Med Week alive for 34 years. That's a clap. Yeah. I want to emphasize that this is important at the federal and at the state and here in these chambers at the local level. At the state level, I'm going to have to give them their proper, because in 1955, a survey went out to small businesses in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and on that survey, it included a question: would you hire a Negro? Surprisingly, that survey came back, overwhelming majority said no. So in the following year, Pennsylvania Act in 1955, PL 744, created the Human Relations Commission. It dealt with housing discrimination and employment discrimination, and now economic discrimination by way of economic inclusion. Here in Philadelphia, it was the late, great Lucian Blackwell who put forth Chapter 17500 in this body. It was passed and then signed by Wilson Goode, who was the mayor, and put into our law. I want you to know that the people you see here continue that legacy, continue that fight. A guy by the name of Bilal Qayyum was the first chairman of the local Midweek celebration. And you might think that that would be an easy thing. You might think that that would be a no-brainer. But at the time, you're talking about systems that were put in place to keep the status quo as it was. Less than 0.5% of Philadelphia's procurement went to women and minorities. Less than 0.5% in a city of the first class the size of Philadelphia went to women and minorities. And thus, the struggle started and is continued. Today, we've made great strides, but we still have a long way to go. You see, the No Negro Allowed signs are no longer there. But if you can't afford it, you can't have it, signs still continue. And by leveling the playing field, by creating, as it was, a middle class and upper middle class that showed a highway out of extreme poverty, and poverty is the way to make long-lasting change. So therefore, it is appropriate that we support the National Minority Business Development Agency recognizing October 1st through October 5th, 2018 as the Philadelphia Minority Enterprise Development Week and provides critical information, resources, and opportunities and inspiration to minority and female businesses in the city of Philadelphia.
And whereas since 1983, the United States President has proclaimed a National Minority Enterprise Development Week, observance to recognize the outstanding achievements of minority business enterprises, also known as MBEs, and to honor those corporations and financial institutions that support minority business development. Annual regional conferences and activities are organized by the United States Department of Commerce Minority Business Development Agency in collaboration with the U.S. Small Business Administration and the Office of Government Contracting and Business Development. And
whereas the MedWeek celebration was started locally, as Councilman Jones said, in Philadelphia in 1984 to honor and promote minority-owned businesses in the Philadelphia area. The organizers of the first MedWeek were Barbara Daniel Cox, former director of Mayor Wilson Good's Women's Commission, and Bilal Abdul Qayyum, as he has just said, then deputy director of the City Commerce Department. And
whereas the 34th anniversary of Philadelphia Met Week is sponsored by corporations, local colleges, universities, and hospitals, local and regional government agencies and organizations that are committed to supporting opportunities for minority businesses, including co-chairs, the African American Chamber of Commerce, the Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the City of Philadelphia Commerce Department, and the MBDA Business Center of Pennsylvania. And
whereas it is during MedWeek that the City of Philadelphia also recognizes the critical role of OEO officers in assisting the departments in meeting their broad responsibilities for developing policies, programs, practices, and strategies to achieve its goals regarding MWD, SBE participation on city contracts. And
whereas small businesses in Philadelphia and across the country are the cornerstone of economic growth, creating 2/3 of the net new jobs in the country and comprising 50% of America's employment. And
whereas the sources of capital, technical resources, and contracting opportunities are essential to the development, growth, and prosperity of minority businesses, and MedWeek will host some of the most prominent contracting organizations and resource providers that stand for the success of small businesses in the community. And
whereas Philadelphia Met Week has grown exponentially since its inception, and this year includes over 40 sponsors offering more than 30 workshops, seminars, and networking opportunities across the region, including the City of Philadelphia Open for Business Expo, Minority Venture Capital Forum, Launch Your Digital Marketing Strategy, Doing Business with the Philadelphia Gas Company, Philadelphia Airport 2018 Annual Business Opportunity Forum, and Lighting the Torch, and many, many more. Now for be it
resolved by the Council of the City of Philadelphia that it hereby supports the National Minority Business Development Agency and recognizes October 1st through October 5th, 2018 as Philadelphia Minority Enterprise Development MedWeek, which provides critical information, resources, opportunities, and inspiration to the minority business community. Further resolved that this engrossed copy of this resolution be presented to the Philadelphia MedWeek Committee as evidence of the strong support and sincere sentiments of this legislative body.
Thank you, and the chair recognizes Ms. Harper for remarks.
Good morning. I am thrilled to accept this proclamation on behalf of all of these people standing behind me and others who were not able to make it today. For us, this is the most wonderful time of year. It is the time that we celebrate thousands of minority, women, and disabled-owned firms who power the economic growth of the city. This year's theme is Elevate Equity, with the goal being to intentionally correct and begin to balance the flow of economic opportunity and information to hundreds of diverse businesses across the city who stand ready to provide outstanding, competitive goods and services. The 30-plus events planned for MedWeek have been specifically and intentionally designed to position diverse businesses in the city to easily access decision makers, opportunities, and information that are not always readily accessible. And as you peruse the program for the week, you will see that agencies like the school district, SEPTA, Housing Authority, City Council, over 17 city departments, U.S. Department of Transportation, Airport, PIDC, Pierce College, Temple, Drexel, Penn, CCP, PA Turnpike Commission, Energy Authority, and over 20 economic development and lending agencies across the city have all stepped up to say that they have opportunity, information, and resources for our diverse businesses in the city. For OEO, every week is Minority Enterprise Development Week, and I would like to sincerely thank every staff member of OEO, many of whom are standing up here with me today. Every single day, they work on elevating equity, along with and on behalf of the 2,957 diverse businesses that have elected to become part of the OEO registry. I want to thank all of our event co-chairs and MedWeek partners because they too help remove barriers and create opportunities that help minority-owned firms create jobs, increase their capacity, and experience the sustainable growth that will make them significant contributors to the economic health of the city. And finally, I want to thank the members of City Council for recognizing the importance of this week. I invite you all to join us for the official MedWeek kickoff scheduled for Monday, October 1st, where we will honor Marla Hamilton, Vice President of PIDC, and as the 2018 OEO champion, and Councilman Curtis Jones, Jr. as the 2018 Advocate of the Year. So I hope to see you all with us next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilor Petties.